we sort of lack the funding. So hence we haven't, we don't sort of spend on publicity. We don't, sort of spend on really marketing ourselves. So therefore, people don't necessarily always know us. If girls have been members of our organization, then they are aware, they know what we do. But it's whether they have come into contact with us. It's purely that people don't know enough about us. If they did, then then definitely, when they got to know about our programs, the work we do, they would definitely, things like seeing that someone has been a guide or a president's guide on the CV would definitely count. But what it is that we lack the we lack that that message hasn't quite got round, that here is an association doing so much work.
And you said about a government grant, but it is not an institution related to the government, right? It's a very independent movement,
yes,
is it?
It is definitely, it's very much an independent movement. It's actually a registered charity. It's a non-governmental organization, but they value what we do for the girl child, and so we work quite closely with the Ministry of Education, and guiding most of the guiding the guide companies and Little Friends packs that we have tend to be schools based. So hence, again, we work closely with school principals and again the Ministry of Education, and I mean, some years ago, the guiding was considered what was called an extracurricular activity by the ministry, but now they value what we do to such an extent that we have now become a co-curricular activity. So there's a lot of recognition.
So from
there,
extracurricular to co-curricular.
From extracurricular to co-curricular, and actually they have requested us to actually introduce guiding to all schools, all the girls' schools in the country. I mean, there are over 9,000 schools in the country.
Now that is an interesting point, because you mentioned a couple of times about the reach and saying 30,000 odd members. Can you elaborate on that? How many schools do you have guiding movement, and how exactly this network interact with each other and contribute to the work you do?
I mean, now at the moment, currently I would say we have guiding maybe in about 700 to 1,000 schools, but as I said, the government has requested that we expand to every school in the country. But again, the funding comes into play, because we lack, I mean, we are quite happy. That's exactly what we would like to do as well. Take guiding, which is so valuable to the girl child, to every school in the country. But we lack the funds. We lack the funds to train adult volunteers. And like I said, we do not have the funds to, they are volunteers who train the girls. They're not, we cannot afford to pay them. We can't, I mean, sadly, much as we would like to, we don't even pay them for their transport, or traveling. And so then it's difficult to find volunteers to go in and do that kind of thing.
Now I want to find out what is the strength of the network you have. Now you focused on the aspect that there's lack of funding, but you are saying that there is an effective network. So if there's an effective network that can perform and there's a lack of funding, that is a sad situation. Yes. So do tell us about the efficiency of this network, especially considering the fact that there are volunteers. How efficient are they? Are they very responsible? And what is the participation like? Is it a network that we can continue to trust simply because they are volunteers, and we cannot expect them to give their 24/7 to a movement like this?
I see what you're saying, but I mean, I have to say that, I mean, it sounds incredible to perhaps an outsider, like, as to why would somebody, from an outsider's perspective, why would someone, give so much of their time for free? All I can say is that, speaking personally as well, we've most of our volunteers have actually been guides themselves. They have gained from the movement. They see the difference that guiding has made to their lives personally, and this is their opportunity to actually give back. Give back to society as well, and and back to the association too.
So how many members altogether once again?
We have over 35,000. That includes girls as well as our adult volunteers. So and
these
are things that, I mean,
and this is spread across the country.
All 9 provinces. all 9 provinces. And I mean, we are actually starting our annual Commissioners Conference today, which runs for 4 days. I mean, we are having volunteers. I mean, it's a conference where we set our annual policies. We are having volunteers from as far as Jaffna and Trinco, coming and attending this conference. So, you know, that shows, you know, the sort of, gives a sort of light example of the sort of reach.
So the annual commission conference is about setting the policy for the future? Or?
Absolutely.
So now you spoke about people even from Jaffna coming into the,
yes.
And that is a very encouraging note. So what are the projects that very shortly, just tell me a project that you did with respect to IDPs. We have just like 1 minute left.
Right, we have started like building libraries in schools. We have also started this project called the Netra Loka project, where we help provide, give sight to IDPs that have been affected, IDPs who have been affected. That's working with the Ministry of Health, and we do want to get, as we go along, you know, we have sent, you know, sort of packs, peace packs in the past. We have we've sent sort of what we call starter packs to IDPs to try and get them, you know, send essentials that they need, make them more comfortable, and we do want to get more involved.
So thank you, Shaleeka. That has been a lot of information, and we really congratulate the Sri Lanka Girl Guides Association for taking so many initiatives that actually everybody should be proud of, because this is all about empowering Sri Lanka. And we also tell all the people out there that this is a movement that has to be recognized, this has to be valued, and do contribute with your time or effort, and also with funding if you can, because this is the need of the hour, especially in a post-conflict area when we are going for the goal of development. So congratulations again, and thank you for joining us. Thank you for watching us today. Have a nice day.